So yeah, it was packed. It was at nighttime, lights on the stage. Boom, there it is, 15,000. I'm scared no more.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the What They Want podcast. I'm your boy Snow. We got Danny Slab.
Yo.
I want to jump this off real quick. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. I know we say it in every episode, but for real, it matters.
Please.
So I want to dive into this real quick, introduce you guys to one of the biggest, if not the biggest, legend within Kansas City. You may know him as Kutt Calhoun. This dude's a legend, man. So I want to give a shout out to you first off, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Oh man, thanks for having me, man. I'm humbled. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
For sure, for sure. Hey, this has been in works for a long time. So finally to get him here, it's a blessing for sure. So we're gonna start it off right about this, man. First of all, how you been?
I've been great. I've been great, man. Hey, I've been living my best life, man. Day to day, man. Just being me. Being me, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the married life, enjoying my son. He's all in sports and just growing up, man. I'm catching everything with him that I missed with a lot of my other kids when I was starting back, you know what I'm saying, on the road all the time, you know, being gone more than I was home or whatever. But with this one, man, with Melvin the third, I get to catch everything, man. And so I'm just caught up in the moment, man.
I love that, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a 2-year-old, or no, it's 2-year-old, Jesus. He just turned 3 last Tuesday. So, like, being a father, like I was just telling him earlier, moments ago, that I was like, it's so crazy because, you know, me and his moms are split. But, like, seeing him go and, like, as he's getting older and whatnot, I'm like, dang, dude, like, I'm missing him more and more and more.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
I could never put myself in your shoes by any means, but like you being on tour, like the way you were,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you miss a lot of you miss a lot of frames in the movie, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're not living there with them or whatever,
Right.
you miss a lot of frames. And so, you know, when they don't live with you, you just get still pics. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that analogy, metaphor.
100%.
You get still pics, but you know what I'm saying? You get frame for frame
Like
when
here's
they're
the
there.
Halloween costume that they
Right.
yeah.
Here's the picture from the first day of school and what they had on. You know what I'm saying? Here's the Halloween pic. Here's the
as
birthday.
opposed to being able to drop them off and
as opposed to taking them to school, walking them to the bus stop, seeing that face, giving them the hug, feeling what you felt when you seen them walking away, run away, bye, daddy, da-da-da.
Right.
You know, so, and, you know, I had my share of it, man. I had 6 kids before, by the time I was 22, dude. You know what I'm saying? And so, but with him, I'm catching everything, you know, from the time he came out the womb up until today. You know what I'm saying?
You're watching that sponge just suck everything out.
You look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even though he ain't, even though he's not staying with you, you're looking at yourself. You're picking up on some of your ways, stuff that you ain't even taught him. That's just innate, and you just like, goodness gracious. You know what I'm saying? And so now you know how serious it's going to be that you be so much involved in their life, you know what I'm saying? Because you want them to make sure that they don't do all the dumb stuff that you did, but they're going to be better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying to somebody the other day. I was like, man, they're like, well, I'm like, hey, look, I got 18 years. And then after 18 years, he going to, and then the person was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to be eating those words, but.
Well, I mean, you got 18 years. You got 18 years, and, you know, that's only if they want to dip off. But you never stop being a parent. You never stop being a father.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's 18 years until they get off from under your rulage. But that 18 years, that's a whole lot of time for you to get into them what you want them to leave with, because once they get out there in the world, now you got to worry about, are they going to be influenced more by their peers or by what I put in them? And so that's what that 18 years allows you to do. It allows you to drill that hole and fill it up with what you want them to have. That way, when they go out with everybody else, they can still be like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. Oh, man, you something, you punk, you, hey, call me whatever, man, I'm cool. That ain't what I do. And you just be like, yes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Man. Exactly. Life learning lessons, man, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man. that cup is always half full, but I'm gonna fill it up a little bit more so you ain't tripping.
Got to.
Because I've been there and I've done it, you know, and you
Yeah.
can say all you want, but I've done that, and E = squares, I'm screwed over here.
Right. My father-in-law, when I was first getting married to my wife, my father-in-law said, man, hey, just listen to me, man. I done did all the stupid stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's basically just saying, don't make the mistakes that I made. You know what I'm saying?
This is your father-in-law?
My father-in-law. Yeah, don't make the mistakes that I done made. Or that's just in life, period. Not just because I'm with his daughter, but just in life, period. Just, he done been around for
Trying
a
to
minute.
give you some game,
like, I done
yeah.
did all the dumb stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? So that just means, like, take
Learn
the
from my
take the
mistakes,
advice.
yeah.
Because sometimes a lot of people got to bump their head. They got to bump their head first before they get it. But his whole thing of it is like, why bump your head and bruise yourself when I done told you, I done got the lumps for you. Just take my advice so that you don't have to at all.
Right.
And you can take that with a grain of salt or whatever, but that's the and just understand the nugget in it, the wisdom in it. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
the
that's
other thing.
I think to make this all a full circle moment, man, is like, with you being a dad and then taking the bump from your father-in-law and stuff like that he's already taken. At the end of the day, man, I think really right now is what we can speak on is like the moments.
Yeah.
Because so many people be caught. I think life is how can I say, like it's a Rolodex of moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, like I was out there doing this, and this, and this. And it's like, yeah, bro, but that was literally just a moment in time.
Yeah. It's all moments. You don't remember everything. You don't remember minute by minute, second by second. You remember moments. And you know what I'm saying? You can call those moments, those are memories, but those are moments, man. And so it's like they are to be cherished. They're to be cherished because, you can easily take it for granted, like, we got so, just living carefree thinking that you got so much time and you don't. You know what I'm saying? And so cherish those moments.
Yeah, man, on the 28th of this damn month, man, I'm about to be 36. And I'm just like, what the hell happened to me? I'm like, what the hell happened to me, dude? Because, and to make this a full circle moment, man, this is a moment anyways, like interviewing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were my first concert I ever went to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when I was younger, I went to NSYNC, but I'm not talking about, like, this is when I was, like, growing up and being the individual that I am today. Like, I went to the KOD concert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, seeing you, Chris Calico, and Tech and everything like that, and then obviously the Slaughterhouse and everybody else that was on that.
At the Independence Event Center?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I met you, and you had your red do-rag completely off. Like, that damn thing was, like, all the way down here.
Yeah.
With this big X, I don't know, a tall tee for sure, but it was a white tee. I was like, damn, there's Kutt. You know?
I was a year younger than you are now then. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was 35.
Damn.
I was
okay.
35.
Well, hey, full circle moment, man.
I think. Hold on, man. I might be lying, man. Let me see. I might be lying. Me and the wife got married in 2010, and that happened in when?
09.
Oh, 09? Okay, never mind. That was the year I ran back into my wife in 2009, and we got married in 2010. So I was probably 3 years younger than you now. I was 32.
Okay.
I was 32. Okay.
So, hey, all right. Well, hey, man, let's dive into this real quick, bro. I want
Let's do
to
it.
first want to ask you, man, how did you link up with Strange Music? Not really Strange Music, but like Tech 9.
Yeah, it was Tech because it wasn't no strange music. I linked up with him because I was performing at a studio called Mass Acres. Back in the day, it was Mass Acres, and it was ran by these two guys, QT and Lark, and it was right down off of. First, it was on 33rd and Cypress because it was in the garage of a house, and it was one of the guys I went to school with's older brother. And then his partner, they ran it or whatever, the studio, man. I think I was the first artist, man. And they liked me. And, you know what I'm saying? They both were some hustlers in the street, you know what I'm saying, trying to turn their money into some business or whatever. And then they ended up getting a house on 21st and 21st in Montgall. And they put a studio in it, great studio, nice studio, man. And I was rapping there. And then Snug Brim was there as well, along with 27th Street Pros. You know what I'm saying? All of them, and yeah, it's like I was the star. I ain't gonna say star, but I was that guy there. You know what I'm
You were
saying?
the
And
dude.
but you know what I'm saying, the owners kept you know, being in the streets, was getting caught up into some trouble or whatever and having to go away for a little bit. And during that having to go away, Snug was telling me about Icy Rock. It's this guy named Icy Rock who's a producer. He didn't say nothing about tech, but he was just like, it's this guy named Icy Rock, man. I'm going over there. You should come out there. It's out off of 63rd. He took me out there. I went out there, met Icy Rock, started doing some music. Icy Rock ended up digging me. And, you know what I'm saying, while the other CEOs or owners or whatever, you know what I'm saying, was still caught up, I ended up just starting to record there. And Icy Rock had liked me so much that he wasn't charging me to come record. I was just recording songs, doing stuff with Snug and starting recording my own stuff and whatnot, man. And then I went over there one day and Tech was over there. And, you know, shoot, back then, man, that was 95? 90, no, I'm sorry. That was 97, 98. And I was going over there and ran into Tech, man, and you know he had that cloudy eyed stroll that was out and all that stuff, man. He had questions with QD3,
QD3,
and you know what I'm saying. And so I was, you know,
the calm was hitting at that point.
I was starstruck too. You know what I'm saying, trying to keep it cool. And I used to. He told me later on that I used to get on his nerves because Icy Rock would be playing beats or whatever. And every time he cut on a beat, I'm just freestyling. I'm rapping about what's going on in the room. I'm mentioning his name and I'm just rapping all the time, being that dude. You know what I'm saying? The being that guy that I wouldn't want somebody to be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's
bro,
up,
just
check
chill.
this out. Yeah, like just chill. But I was shooting my shot, man, trying to impress. But Tech ended up asking me one day. He was like, I was doing a song. And he was like, man, you got the chorus for that? And I told him what the chorus was, and he was like, let me sing it. And I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't charging me. He want to get on there. And he came in there and got on it. That's my first time hearing, you know what I'm saying, harmony, the way that he was doing it, you know what I'm saying, on my hook. And, man, after that, dude, I did another song, and he got on it. And then it got to the point to where he asked me if I knew his music, and if so, if I wanted to do a couple of shows with him. And then it was him and Grant Rice.
Rest
And
in peace.
T-Will.
Rest in peace, Grant Rice. He just passed.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Grant Rice, man. A day one. Original. It's an original. You know, it was me, Tech, and Grant Rice. That was the original right there. But Grant was with him even before me. And I said, yeah, I want to go do some shows. And I knew the music or whatever. And so we went and the first show I busted my cherry on, it was at the Spirit Fest off of down in the Crown Center. 15,000 people.
It was huge.
And I had never
Spirit Fest was huge.
I had never did a show in my life. And my first show, I'm on stage, 15,000 people looking at me. Man, I was up there with black dark lokes on, had my eyes closed, rapping. Oh man, hey, it was nerve wracking and whatever. But I hadn't looked back then, man. And you know, as the years kept going by, you know, he ran into Trav, and then that's how Strange Music got formed or whatever. So I was with Tech before there was a Strange.
That's why I
So
said,
98, but Strange came around in 2000. But I was with Tech since like 98.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Hey, that's a crazy ass story though too, man. To be first show 15,000, like.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, 15,000 people.
And nobody's hitting those numbers, even to some of these people out
Right.
today.
And you know, and it wasn't Tech's show, but
Spirit Fest.
he was on the show. You know, they had an array of artists or whatever, but the amount of people that was there, I wouldn't care. If I was headlining or not, I'm going on in front of. It ain't like at a club, and if you're an opener, you going on when they letting people in, and it's only 20, 30 people in there. No, it was already. It was nighttime, And you know, he already had a name too, so it wasn't like he went on while it was still
Right, and
daytime.
everybody's already got their drinks,
It
already
don't-
lit,
it
they're already
doesn't
ready
matter.
to go.
It doesn't matter when he goes on.
Yeah.
Like, that dude will captivate the whole crowd. It
So,
don't.
so yeah, it was packed. It was at nighttime, lights on the stage. Boom, there it is, 15,000. I'm scared no more.
So, man, tell me, I want to dive into this first of all, man. I want to ask you this in general. How is the relationship with Tech still?
Oh, the relationship's cool, man. I haven't talked to Tech in a while, man, in a good eon, man. And I haven't talked to him in a while. And he's actually how I found out about Grant. I was at my son's soccer practice, man. And I just get a call. I'm like, I don't know what this number is. I don't answer numbers that ain't locked in my phone. And I didn't answer it. And then he texted and said, this is T9. And I'm like, oh. So I called back and he said, what's up, brother? I'm like, what's up, boy? You know what I'm saying? He was just like, hey, man, what you doing? Da, da, da. I'm like, I'm just at my son's soccer practice. Yeah, what's up, man? Hey, man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? What you got going on, man?
Sizzling, man. What's happening?
Yeah. So I just let him know I was at my son's soccer game or whatever. And was like, what's going on, man? And he was like, you doing good, my brother? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. He was like, you sound good, man. I'm like, you too, what's up with you? And he was like, yeah, I got some bad news. I'm like, no. And the reason I say that is because every time that I hadn't spoke to him in a while, he's always been the one who called when people we both mutually knew someone had passed away, and I get the call from him. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's tapped in with the people like that,
yeah. And so he's been that guy. And so when he said that, I'm like, no. He was, yeah, man. He was like, Grant Rice, that he got found today. I'm like, damn, no, G. And he was, yeah. So, man, I just wanted to let you know. He told me he got to call a couple of people. I got to call Calico next. I got to call Joe Vertigo, too. And I'm like, damn. But we continued to talk, man, and we probably talked about another 15 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't able to make it to Rice's service or whatever because, like I said, I drive out of town every day. And so I was saying before all this happened, before I knew what the time was going to be, before the obituary got sent to me, Tech sent me the obituary link to where you opened it up and got all the information. I was like, well, Lord, I'm like, you know, if I'm able to make it to that, then it'll be at a time to where I can go, where I can make it or whatever, I said. And if not, it wasn't meant for me to go or whatever. And so it ended up being on a Wednesday from 12 to 1. You know, the wake is from 11 to 12 and then from 12 to 1 or whatever. And I wasn't able to make that. But when I was getting off, one of my partners called me and said, hey, you going to the repass? I'm like, I didn't know about the repass. I guess I didn't read the whole thing. I typed in my condolences to the family and a funny story. It's asking about a funny story about Grant, this and that. I gave all my information and typed that story in and said a prayer for the kids and the family and the moms and pops and the brothers and sisters and all that in that because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to make it. So let me put all of my love in this.
Of course.
And he was like, yeah, it's down off of 17th and Washington or whatever, right around from Jazz Studios. You know, I go to Jazz Studios a lot. And I'm like, bet. I was just getting off the highway, about to go back to the gig and, you know, about to head home. And it was only 7 minutes away from me. And so I was able to get to the repass, man, and meet them kids. It's been a long time. Kane and Lily and Aunt, man, I was able to see them and they grown now. And I just kind of just cherished that moment, man. Gave Lily a kiss on her forehead, hugged Kane, Aunt, you know, gave my condolences to the kid's mother, you know, and seen a couple of other people that we all used to hang around with together, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like brought back some memories, but I was just glad I was able to come pay my respects, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
dope,
I say all that to say that after that, when I was leaving, I hit Tech up and talked to him even some more, you know what I'm saying, that day or whatever. So we picked up like we ain't never left up. We picked up right from where we left off as if we've been speaking consistently for years. Yeah. So it was that type.
That's when you know it's family.
It was that type of connection. Yeah.
That's when you know it's family, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, man, I want to dive into this, man, because a lot of people thought, like, the record that Tech, because, you know, he never comes out and publicly and says what records are about. But a lot of people, you know, thought Take Your Halo was about you and the departure from you know, that situation and whatnot. And, you know, I've listened to that song a few times and stuff like that. And
Take Your Halo.
Yeah, Take Your Halo, yeah.
Okay. You know what? To be honest, I never heard that song, so I'm gonna have to listen to it after we leave here. I just want to. No. I just want to. I ain't never heard it.
Okay.
So it's like I can't even speak on it because I've never heard the song
True.
"Take Your Halo" or whatever. So, but continue. You said
Yeah.
you listened to it and
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to it and it's like that. And I mean, me obviously not being connected by any means, but it didn't, a lot of the stuff didn't really register. I'm like, this isn't about Kutt. You know, it's about someone else, you know. And I mean, even, you know, my friend Darian, he thought it was somewhat about him, you know. And I was like, man, nobody knows what this song is about, you know, because Tech's never going to come out and be like, look, this is what it is.
Mhm.
But a lot of people, you know, like even he hit me back and he's like, nah, he's like, it's not about me, it's about Kutt. And I'm like, how do you know that?
right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I just think so, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I'm like, hey, whatever, man. Like,
Right.
and like
He's
I
got
said,
those
I'm
wild ideas. That guy.
Hey, he does. Darian's got some crazy ass shit. But that's why I was like asking that, because if you heard it or whatever, I was gonna ask your opinion. But
I'm gonna listen to it and then I'll be able to. I'll be able to contact you back and be like, that was me. That was me.
hey, whatever it is, man. But I mean, regardless of the fact, man, I want to dive into your career. What was the first project that you dropped on the label? Was it
Yeah, Blevy or Believe, either way, because it worked out either way. Believe this music I'm putting out, and Blevy, it was me watching TV one night, man, and I was watching something, and it came on talking about firefighters, and it was talking about the hottest that a fire can get is Blevy, and it was an acronym, BLEVE, and it was boiling, liquid, expanding, vicious explosion, and it was like that's the hottest that a fire can get.
Levy.
Yeah, so I'm like,
That's a cool fact.
so I'm like, yeah.
That's
Music,
kinda
that's the hottest that it's going. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, bro, hell yeah.
I've always since that was my first album on Strange Music in 2004, Blevy, and every time I came out with something, I've always treated it as this is my first project, and so all the titles mean something. You know what I'm saying? All the titles have something to do with this music that I'm about to put out right now.
It's not like this is part 3 or none of that.
No, it's never with him.
No,
I've heard his catalog. I know.
I always
clarifying.
look at the second album. Feature presentation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all brand new.
Yeah, it's all brand new, man. And so, yeah, that's where that came from. That was my first album, Boiling Liquid Expanded Vicious Explosion, thanks to whatever show was on talking about fire.
Thank you, PBS.
Right.
We love you.
Right.
We learn on your channel.
Should we learn on you? Wishbone?
Man. Yep. So that's the story behind that, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, I'm kind of like, what the hell? Okay, so we talked about Believe or
Blevy.
Okay, my fault. So speak about, because what really, I mean, I listened to the first album, you know, but I caught Wave of You on feature presentation.
Yeah, that was that one.
Bro,
That's when
Bunk
I
Rock
heard
Bitch
it,
is
yeah.
like
That
one of
was
my
that-
favorite songs, bro.
That was that one. It was like almost from number one all the way to the end. That was that one. I had a whole picture in mind for it. Picture, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended for feature presentation. I had a picture in mind for it, man. Like, it was originally supposed to be, every song was supposed to be the name of a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every song, if you think about it, you got the Green Mile in there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Best Man. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of all of them right now, but I was my goal was to name everything after a movie or whatever. It didn't turn out that way, but you know what I'm saying? Each song to me was like its own hotness, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah, it was.
Feature Presentation is one of them albums that's up there. People always ask me what's my favorite album, and I tell them, you know, they all different, but I gotta admit that like Feature Presentation is one of them ones, you know what I'm saying, with the various producers that was on there, and the titles of the song and the content. It was just one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? I think all of them is them ones, but it does kind of stick out. I felt like I got in my lane on that one. Blevy was like first album out. rugged, rough, raw. Just, hey, give it to him. 4 years later, 2008, feature presentation came out. Brother more mature, got a more hold on my craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More of who I am. And so that's why I think it's that, you know what I'm saying? But then, you got people that go, Bleffy's a classic. That's the some. So it's different with whoever listens to it, man. Beauty's in the ear and the eye of the beholder. So
That part.
yeah.
Exactly, man. Because, like, when I was listening to it, bro, like, Bunk Rock Bitch, like, that shit got me going. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Bro, that beat is nasty. I still listen to that song damn near every other day.
It was so many, man, like 70% of them songs, the songs didn't get made, but the titles and maybe some of the hooks got created with us just drinking on a tour bus going to another town, because what we would do, we was get beats. Back then they were sending us beats on disc. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying, we would get the beats sent to us, Travis would send us the beats or whatever. And so we're just going through all the beats, and then you hear certain stuff, and we sit up there and start rapping and start coming up with stuff, me, Tech, and Calico, and that I'm your lady's bestest good friend. That came up on the bus. Bunk Rock came up with the idea on the bus.
I got a bitch with no hair.
Runaway, Runaway. You know what I'm saying? I wrote all the lyrics, but like the ideal of it, to have a starting point, a blueprint, a foundation. A lot of that stuff happened while we was on the bus just driving and vibing. Cool. You know what I'm saying? That way, when I got back home and we was off tour, I had like 7, 8, 9 songs to just, okay, I got the title and I got damn near the hook. I just need to start writing and figure out what I want to write about or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, it was that's another reason too that that album was kind of like one of them ones, is because it was some great collaboration between the three of us. You know what I'm saying? They may not have been on every song or whatever, but we collectively came up with a lot of that, the ideas and the foundations of those songs too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my other albums, you know what I'm saying, that was all me. You know what I'm saying? Tech may have been out of town on a vacation with his family because, you know what I'm saying, now he's going on a cruise with his family. Yeah. Calico's with his woman because we off tour. Hey, it's time for my album to come out. I'm there by myself every night at home. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's crazy. So it goes, feature presentation, what project is right after that? I'm trying to...
after feature presentation, 2010 is Raw and Uncut.
That is Raw and Uncut? Dang, so you took...
It was 2 years.
Damn.
Almost. I don't want to say 2 years. I only say 2 years because it came out in 2010, but it could have been like a year and some months because I think feature presentation came out in September. And it could have been 2 years because I think Raw and Uncut may have came out October. So it's like 2 years and a 2 years and a month.
See, that's what I was thinking. I thought the third album was Raw and Uncut, but I was like, I don't want to mess up and say something else because I was like,
it was Raw and Uncut, man.
So I want to dive into that, man. I want to ask you this. How did you meet Nesto, the owner?
I don't know if I actually met him through KD or what, but Nesto, the owner, of course, he was on that battle rap type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember actually the first time that I met Nesto, man, and that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Nesto's my guy. I know he ended up coming down to the studio. We was getting some, if we didn't know him personally, know these artists personally, people was bringing people down there to show like, hey, this dude here, da-da-da-da. So, Nesto, I don't know if it was because he had been around to some shows, he got put on or whatever. I don't know how I initially met Nesto, but once I met Nesto, I seen, the talent in him. He's a talented dude. You talking about that By the Bar?
Oh, I'm not talking about By the Bar.
Okay.
I'm talking about, you're going to be like, damn. I'm talking about Fly Without Trying.
Everywhere I go, I be fly without trying.
I'm high,
and I fly, and I big old 737, boing, just coming down that runway. I've been going places.
He knows it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, that was him and KD. Fly Without Trying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a dope song. I'll be playing it for my son. He's like, Daddy. I'm like, yeah, that's
He said, I'm fly to death. R.I.P. Ali.
Yeah, he was a shock value rapper. Like, he'll say stuff like that. Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he definitely did, man. Like
He's some Whitney Houston in the bathtub. I'm like, oh. He'll say it, you know what I'm saying? But that was his thing.
He
that
said,
was his
sorry.
Thing. Yeah. That was his thing.
He did say he said fight to death like a
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know Nesto. He was a great writer too. Nesto wrote the. It wasn't a prolific hook or nothing like that. But without Nesto, I wouldn't have had the. Dang, honey, you didn't know I was the main, honey. Y'all thought I was falling off, but I snapped back with that strange money. Snapped back with that. Nesto wrote that.
That sounds like Nesto.
Nesto wrote the in the club and I'm feeling like a star. He wrote.
Oh yeah,
he wrote the By the Bar.
Yeah, he did right.
He wrote the first half, and I think Tech did the second half of I've been dope, man. Before I started playing my set, I've been dope, man. Even before I hooked up with Tech. Because what it was like, I can write anything, but it's like when it came to hooks, and sometimes hooks need to be simplified, my brain, I'm not a simple guy. I'm intricate. I take a minute and I think about everything that I'm writing. And so if somebody was at the studio and around, like it's always been in our days, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, you hearing something for this hook? Like, take some pressure off of me so I can just focus on my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Right. But when I had to write hooks, I wrote them or whatever. But like, he wrote, I've been dope. Is that it, Nesto? Yeah, I've been dope. Strange Money. By the Bar. Yeah, he was that guy, man. He was that guy.
Yeah, he was, man. He was. Because, like, even that song Toxic that y'all got, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so you know already, yeah.
Yeah.
Snow knows everybody.
Like, that Toxic shit. Because, like, that's the thing, man. Like, Nesto was, like, pretty much family to me. But he was like, yeah, he's like, I got, this record, blah, blah. This is MySpace days. He sent it to me and it was Fly Without Trying. And I'm like, yo, you got Kutt Calhoun? He's like, yeah, that's my people. And I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck? And I was like, it's hard as fuck to get Kutt Calhoun.
And it was like, it wasn't really hard because of me, but it's like, we was under that tutelage of a Trav, like, had him call me. I'll get this money, this verse money for you. So it was like, don't talk to me personally because I might be on some homie stuff and just be cool, but I had to think business, you know what I'm saying? And so if it was hard to get me, well, that would be because, Travis was acting manager for all of the artists for the most part. And so he was just trying to get us paid.
There was a conduit, yeah.
He was trying to get us paid. And so
right. But not even just that, though, man. Like, like last week, I told a person at the show, I was like, yeah, man, I was like, we're getting, Kutt's coming. And he's like, you're getting Kutt Calhoun? And I was like, yeah. He's like, damn, what the hell?
Don't do interviews and podcasts.
No, he's like, Kutt Calhoun was my favorite off of Strange Music, man. Like, you're really, and I'm like, yeah, like he was kind of like fanning out a little bit, but I was like, yeah, man. I mean, I hope we do. But
I pulled it out as soon as that garage opened up. I got out the whip or whatever. I was like, you think I was coming, did you? He's like,
I said, hey, man, I've been sitting out here for about a month. Like, no one here. But
we've had some bad luck last couple weeks, but it's okay. You're here now.
Yeah, right. But he had you on a lot of his records, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah, you want to know what else is crazy? He's like, I'm on Tech's new album. And at this time, he was dropping the Psychology 101. Mm-hmm. And he told me that, and I was like, yeah, all right, bro. Okay. Yeah, he fucking shocked the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? This dude's on in the air,
Yeah, Nesto, man. He was a talented dude. That's why he was on that stuff, because he had true talent, man. You know what I'm saying? True talent, dude.
Man, I want to ask you this, too, man. So you went through Nesto, and you got all your stuff. But is this true? I think it is true. This might be like a thing. I'm not trying to boost my ego. But Flip It Over, is that produced by Ev, Nesto's brother?
Yeah.
Flip it over. Yeah. Go on, flip it.
Yeah.
That is?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's true stuff, man. True stuff. If the beat was dope, man, we wasn't being picky. It just had to be dope. And if it was dope, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ev, man. Ev exclusive. But now he's visuals by Ev. But yeah,
visuals by Ev.
Flip It Over was one of them ones too, bro.
That was a
crazy. I still every now and then, I go through stuff. I be in my zone, be driving and be like, I want to hear a whole album. And Flip It Over was one of them ones too. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I don't rock like that no more, but I was rocking. I was rocking like that at the time. And my wife, you know what I'm saying? She likes some of my songs. Like one of my wife's favorite songs is So Crazy. You know what I'm saying? We try to live the straight and narrow life, but that don't mean nothing. She loves Sex Out South. My verse on Sex Out South. She like the whole song or whatever, but she like, you killed it on that, baby.
You did, dude.
She loves that Sex Out South. She likes it. She don't like Buck Rock though. Like back when I was still like freshly doing my stuff on Black Gold or whatever.
Right.
She don't dig Buck Rock because she know that Buck Rock. A brother was bunk rocking for real, you know what I'm saying? And I got into some trouble. This is why we was married, and so she don't like bunk rock, you know what I'm saying?
It brings back bad memories.
Right, like, and she didn't halt me from or hinder me from trying to do the song. Just when she'd be at the shows, when that come on, that's when she go use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? She go use the bathroom when that song come on or whatever. But for the most part, like my wife, man, that's my number one fan. I know it's people out here to go cut. I'm your number one fan.
Nah, she is for sure.
If you hear that girl screaming at a show, you hear her screaming, you don't know what it is, that's her, man. She can scream over the PA system and all that. She's like my number
she
one.
got pipes.
Yeah, man, so.
Yeah, she definitely, we were at that show. She was
loud.
Yeah. Hey, man, you need that, though. Like, a good support system and, like, your rock.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Because a lot of people out here would love to have some shit like that.
That's what people tell her, like artists, like when we used to go on one-offs and maybe go do some shows in Chicago or maybe go do some shows in Minnesota or whatever, and she's doing that screaming stuff and them dudes, artists be there, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I wish my girl would scream for me like that. Or I wish my woman would scream for me like that. And and Angie's like, what? They don't? Like, everybody ain't like that, you know what I'm saying?
Not everybody's built from the same cloth.
Not everybody's built from the same cloth. It's like they with you, but they don't rock, they don't care about the music stuff. Or you doing your music, I'll let you, that's you. And just like, where we going? You know what I'm saying? She can't wait till we get there. Where we staying at? What's the room? Do they got this? What's around there to eat? I want all that, man. So she makes it, even if it's places that I've been 50 times, when I'm going with her, it's like a brand new time.
Experience.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's so exciting for her, which makes it enjoyable for me. Yeah. Or I've been there before, so I know where to take her. Like, okay, she don't know nothing about this restaurant. So yeah, it's
you got the date nights. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I got something in the cut. Like, no pun intended.
Right.
You know, that's crazy. And shout out to Angie though, for real. Yeah,
love you, baby.
She's the real MVP.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, man. So we got into Raw and Uncut. Mm-hmm. Now let's get into the last one that was on the label, Black Gold.
Mm-hmm. Black Gold. Ain't it ironic that ended up being the label name too? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like the craziest thing when like literally it was like Black Gold, and then right after that I was like Black Gold Entertainment. I'm like, ain't this an album?
That wasn't even a plan. It was just like Black Gold. If I had it my way, the album cover would have been me covered in all gold, like an Oscar.
Painted gold, yeah.
Like an Oscar. Yeah. That's if I could have done it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That was the real way that I wanted to do it, but it ended up being the way that it was, which was fine. But Black Gold, and like I tell you guys, every time I do an album, it's like my first one. So what's gonna make my stuff stand out is Blevy, Raw and Uncut, the feature presentation. You know what I'm saying? And so Black Gold, you know, I had Kelvin or whatever, the EP Kelvin, the redheaded stepchild or whatever. But Black Gold. Black Gold is oil. And the most sought out resource in the world is
oil.
Black Gold. Mm-hmm. Texas tea.
Yeah.
Beverly Hillbillies. Black Gold. So that's where that came from, far as me using the metaphor, the analogy of Black Gold is because it's like it's the most sought out resource. And so all these lyrics, this body of work, it's the most sought out resource. You know, that's where my head was at every time I did something. So that's why it's called Black Gold. And after the album, after I departed and started my own, I'm like, why would I change that? That's what the label's gonna be as well. But it was just crazy that on that album, you know, end songs or the intro of songs and this and that, Black Gold.
Oh yeah.
And it just turned out like that, man. I swear that wasn't the plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this album. I didn't know that was gonna be my last album on Strange. It's like, I'm gonna do this album, then I'm gonna start my own label. No, not at all. Not at all. That wasn't the plan at all. But it just turned out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay.
I didn't know that was gonna be my last album on.
So speak about that though. So, like the Depature.
The Departure came.
Because this is so misleading.
I was not able to go on the biggest tour we ever had in Strange Music history with MGK, the 99 City tour, and I wasn't able to go on it because I guess I was being a certain way or whatever. To where Tech ended up telling me later on down the road that they wanted to show me that it can get done without me being there, like without me being on stage. Wanted to show me like it can get done without you, like teach him a lesson type thing or whatever. I don't know what had happened. I don't know if I got into it with Trav and, you know, we had some bad blood going on or whatever. I don't know exactly what happened, but that was the reason that I didn't go on the biggest tour or whatever. Okay, cool. I didn't go on that tour. But then we come back and we go out on another tour with Ritz, when Ritz is with us and whatnot, or whatever, and we go out on that. Black Gold is out, you know what I'm saying? Now Black Gold's out or whatever. And so after that, there was another tour coming up that fall. But then I found out I wasn't going on it. And I'm calling like, why you not going on the tour when you ain't got an album coming out? I'm like, I ain't never needed an album to be out, to be on stage with Tech like I've always been since day one. So to me, of course, I'm thinking that's the excuse for it. I still to this day, I think that's the excuse for it.
Precursor out of nowhere.
I was on stage with Tech for 4 years before Bloody came out. I didn't have an album out.
Exactly right.
From 2004 to 2008, when Feature Presentation came out, I was on the stage every show.
Circular stage.
You know what I'm saying? And when my albums came out, I did 2 shows, but only got paid for 1. I did my set, and then a couple of sets later, I had to be dressed and go on stage with Tech for an hour and a half. So I knew at the time, I'm like, I never had to have no album out to go out on the road and be, because I'm on stage with Tech. I don't need an album out to be up there hyping his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. Still didn't even trip. But then I was getting my child support and stuff paid for, you know what I'm saying? I was making sure that was how I was taking care of all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? After we get off of a tour, I come back with a certain amount because I had a levy for child support. They had a levy on Strange to where before I even seen that money, they had to give whatever portion of it to the child support division or whatever. Okay, cool. And so I was waiting on this certain check to come in. It was an annual check, you know what I'm saying? The year prior to it, you know what I'm saying, got a large amount of money just for it was just being an annual check. And this time I was waiting on it. And when it came, it was just a couple $100 and not some racks like I was anticipating. And I called in the Strange Music. And this is my first time saying this. I didn't even say it on the Cuts Leaving Strange back when I left back in 2014, 15. Okay. But I called in, Kalinda answered the phone, and I was asking her about this money, and why is it like this, and it's supposed to be a certain amount. Where did my money go? Oh, well, we had to give that to this, and blah, 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 blah. It was like I was livid. Because it messed up everything. You know how you already make plans for money. And what you gonna handle your business.
Right.
And and it was like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Not just that, but then also saying that I couldn't go on tour because I didn't have an album out. I was like, okay. I had already heard years prior that, if the people at the label had it their way, I wouldn't be there no way. Tech told me, man, he was like, man, hey, You know, if it was up to Trav, man, you know, he'd have me out there by myself. He's like, I don't need, you know what I'm saying, I don't really need no hype man no more. He'd have me doing it up because I'm having to pay out of my pocket for your portion and for Calico's portion and this and that. And, you know, I understand Trav is looking at it from a business standpoint, like, you that guy now, you don't need hype guys up there. But Tech's like, I don't want to look stupid up there. This is how we done built this stuff up or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's true too. It's because before the big money started coming in, shows was getting sold out because of the performance.
Right.
Who are these guys up there? Everybody's synced up doing this, boom, boom, boom. This person, he's blood, and then Calico, wow, something, and then Tech in the middle. They working together, but then this person doing this and he's doing this, but then they back on point and everybody. The show was selling out by word of mouth because of the performance. You know what I'm saying? And so that's before the big money started coming in. And so he let me know that, you know, if it could have been like, you know, they wanted it to, that, you know, I probably wouldn't have been there as long as I was there. But, you know, I was kind of, he didn't tell me you're sticking around because of me, but it was more or less like, you know, I'm still there because he's vouching for me. Like, Trav, I need my nigga on stage with me, man. I need my niggas on stage with me, Trav. I can't be up there looking stupid. So I guess I was probably around longer than wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Longer than, you know what I'm saying, they would had me to be on there. So, with that being said, that's when I was just like, hey, I want to, you know, I'm gone. Just let me leave. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And Glenda was like, you know, you're going to have to talk to Trav about that. And so I text Trav and just told him that I want to leave. And just let me leave with what I came with, which was my name. You know, I know you own everything. I'm not finna be asking for this and asking for that. Let me leave with what I came with, which was my name, and you know, it took a while for him to get back with me or whatever, and he sent back this thing, you know, and you got a clause in there to where, you know, you can't slander the label and do none of this stuff and all of that or whatever. I signed it, man. That's when I was off. But, you know, it wasn't because of that money and then the child support. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It was already, you know, I already knew for years, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't kind of want it around. That's where Redheaded Stepchild came from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Redheaded Stepchild got made when it was when it was, you know, when it was tense and really wasn't rocking with Strange. I made Redheaded Stepchild, and then when things got mended, came back and Strange put it out. But Redheaded Stepchild was getting made separately from Strange, you know what I'm saying?
Got it, okay.
So yeah, it's the Flames mixtape as well, you know what I'm saying? Those two.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. So that does make sense.
So yeah, that's how the Departure started, man. That's how the Departure started. And then that was in 2014. So the following year, you know, I had a Black Gold, got the label, did everything that I needed to do, got the LLC, got the fictitious name stuff, And that was like in May. And then Cuttin' Loose came out July or June of 2015.
Okay, so now that we're following it back in. All right, so you started Black Gold in 2014, correct?
It became 2015 was when Black Gold, the label, got started.
Gotcha,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
It was official. It was in the makings in 2014 or whatever, but it became official, you know what I'm saying, in May of 2015. And then Cuttin' Loose came out in July.
So I don't know if you know this or not, but On My Own is your highest viewed song.
My son Malik King, he let me know that because he'd be like, Pops. He like, Pops, I know you don't be tripping off of views and stuff no more and all of that stuff. He was like, but I mean, you ain't seen what the views has been lately on the Devil Is a Lie album or nothing. I was like, I said, yeah, I don't be tripping on it. I said, but you know, last I seen such and such was this and that. And then we got to talking about On My Own. And he was like, On My Own, Pops. He was like, the audio is 13 million and the video is like at 9 million. I'm like, what? I said, last time I seen the video, I knew it was like 5+ million. I said, I didn't know it was at 9. I said, wow. I said, you see how the Lord work? I said, I ain't been promoting that, talking about that or nothing, just letting it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? While I'm just engulfed in being a family man. I say I don't even be tripping. I listen to my stuff, but the last thing I do is go look at views and all that stuff. Now I can't lie and say I don't see them sometimes, but I'm not. That ain't my focus. Like what's this?
Every morning, what's the analytics?
Yeah,
Right.
how much is this? No, so I'm like, what? 9 million from just kind of just because I put it out. You know what I'm saying? And so the music speaks for itself. It's doing what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? That's with no promotion, no money behind it at all, man. All I did was that video. That's all I did. I didn't put no money into nothing. I didn't boost nothing, no ads. I didn't do nothing on Facebook.
That's crazy.
I didn't make posters. I just did a video for
That's
it, and
crazy.
that's just it, man.
I mean, dude, that song is and this is what I'm saying, man. You're speaking about your truths and you know what your trials and tribulations you've went through.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it is, dude, I think that might be your biggest record. And the reason why it's viewed and everything like that, the way it is because you never know who it's impacting.
Right. From what I gathered from it, it was my personal story about me leaving Strange.
Yes.
But just the whole concept of on my own and talking about, you know, you don't got to stand for this and you don't got to stand for that. It went outside into areas of people's life and that ain't got nothing to do with music. You know what I'm saying? Just everyday life, jobs and
Friendships,
struggling,
relationships.
friendships, whatever
Yes.
it is to where you feel like, you know what I'm saying? I was rocking like this and that. And then I seen the light now and I'm finna go on my own and do it this way and not be scared. And what's going to hold me back? It'll only be me. So it turned into a like inspirational track versus
I got you. Yeah, bro, yes.
Yeah. It
I
turned
mean, because
into
I
an
listen to it all the
inspirational
time, bro. And I mean, yes, you know, you went through Strange and your departure and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, is like I listen to it and I'm like, damn, bro, all the friends or the family or the relationship, you know what I'm saying, with women or whatever the case may be. I listen to it, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm on my own now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need
And I
everything.
would have near known that. My whole thing was when I heard that beat, I'm like, I'm gonna just rap about this is perfect. Like that's what came to me. Rap about your departure. And that was the only reason that song came out like it did, rap about my departure. But then it was bigger than me. It was bigger than my personal story. You know what I'm saying? It helped so many people, man. Of course, when that first came out in the first 6-7 months, I'm reading every comment. You know, this is my
Right.
first release on my own label now, so I'm reading everything, and everybody was having something inspirational, something positive. It wasn't even about, so are you talking about tech? What? Oh, did it? It wasn't even none of that. It was just, dude, this song helped me. It's so inspirational. No. Oh my gosh, I'm on my own too, man. I'm like, wow. I'm like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just telling my story, man, but it turned out to be something that can resonate with people in other areas of their life. And
I
I'm
got
just
this
like,
playlist called Believe, and it's like inspirational shit I put on in the morning if I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there.
That's what's
Because
up,
it'll get me
man.
there, you know? It's one
Yeah.
of those ones that'll come on. It's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, my son said it too, man. He's a boxer. He's a professional boxer, man. My oldest son, and he be talking about the song too, about how he rock with it. I rock with it. My wife rock with it. We all rock with it. It's just that, like, dang, you know, just to hear the numbers that it's still doing and whatnot after so long. You know what I'm saying? 10 years now, and I mean, I
Damn,
know
it's been out 10 years?
yeah, 2015, man. That time
And
just
climbing,
go like
bro.
that, don't it?
Yeah, and it's climbing, though. That's the crazy thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
who did you have on that hook?
His name was Damon Jones, man, and I recorded that EP at Mid Range Music. It was kind of close to where I stayed at, Mid Range E, and I recorded everything out there. And that was their singer who's on there. That was their R&B singer for that studio. He was on their label, and he jumped on that sucker, man. I didn't have to tell him nothing. He did that. He was a little
Yeah, he
young
did,
dude
bro. He
too. He was like
killing it.
21, and he did that. You know what I'm saying? And boom, it turned into what it was, man.
He said disgusted and ugly. No.
Busted, disgusted, and looking ugly. So yeah, man, it's like, man, but I've been rapping my heart, my feelings while I was on Strange.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Redemption, you know what I'm saying? Something's gotta give. You know what I'm saying? Tech always said, man, you know, man, rap what you feel. If that's what you feel, man, put that out.
Damn
And,
right.
You know, and it may not have Travis may have not had the same. He may have not felt the same way. Like, man, you gonna put that out? But Travis never really tripped. He used to hear the stuff. I know he knew it was probably innuendos in there, but he also knew, like I knew, we all know what's going on. It's turmoils, and then we cool, and then it's a little bit of bickering, and then it's complaining. But we're doing a tour. And it was like this in there.
Y'all
It was
family
like
at the
this.
end of the day. I mean,
At the
like,
end
you
of the
know.
day, so Travis, if that was the case, if it bothered Trav so much, it wouldn't have made the album. He wouldn't have put nothing out if he felt against it. You know, we was allowed to speak freely while we was there. You know what I'm saying? So me doing On My Own is no different than me doing any of those songs I just named while I was on Strange, getting put out by Strange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That just happened to be like, boom, it kind of clicked. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's been years or not, it was one of them ones.
So I want to ask you this, man. How was it meeting Lil Wayne?
I didn't get to meet him.
You didn't get to meet him?
I felt like it was so wrong. I felt it was wrong because I'm like, I'm the KC chief. I'm the be walking bloodiest, readiest KC
In this
repping
motherfucker.
in this whole thing. And so, you know, of course, that's what, you know, Fire Gang or whatever, that's what Wayne repping too. But he came up he was in our town and came up to our headquarters, and I wasn't notified, wasn't called. But, you know, what can you do? So I didn't get to meet him.
Damn.
I didn't get to meet him. I don't know if Calico or anybody else met him that day when he was there. I don't know if it was just Tech and Travis there. I ain't hear Calico saying he met him. I didn't hear nobody else saying they met him. But I'm just like, damn, I'm a day one. I've been around before this even started.
Right. You can't see Lil
I
Wayne.
ain't gonna meet him, but
I'm more affiliated. Like
everything,
hello.
so everything happened for a reason. I didn't get to meet him, man. I felt some type of way at the time. But, you know, I just had to take one to the chin and just tuck that in and keep moving. But I was just like, damn, really? So when that stuff happens, it makes you start like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. So people feeling like it makes you start thinking about your history and your engagements, the kind of, you know, the getting into it and this and that. Like, oh, this is probably a result of that. The not going on the biggest tour and oh, okay, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've been the redheaded stepchild, and so this is why this ain't happening.
Interpersonal relationships with everybody else has been cockeyed and
Yeah, but you know that's what it is, man. You know, I look back on it, man, and I've never wanted to sound bitter on any of my tracks or whatever because I wasn't bitter, but I just felt like that's just who I am. I write what I live. You know what I'm saying? Right. 90-something% of my songs, I've done it. I've lived that, what I was writing. And if I didn't, then the other 10% or whatever was what I saw. That may not have been personally what I lived, what I saw around me, rapping about my, you know what I'm saying, my surroundings, my environment, you know what I'm saying, my culture. But that's just who I am, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what made me on Strange, you know what I'm saying? I rapped what I've been through, and I can rap about so many different things because I lived so many different facets of life because I didn't I didn't know who I actually was. I had to experience all of these things to be who I am today. But coming up like that, man, you know, starting off 10 years old, mom getting on drugs real bad, the Reaganomics and all that stuff, and going to stay with my sister, then staying there, back with my mama, she get back on drugs again, and this and that. My daddy didn't raise me. He wasn't in the house. I loved him, but he wasn't around or something. So I started, you know, having sex, being promiscuous, and living here and living there, being a survivor. And so I got to do all of that. And this was all before I even started with Strange. I got with Tech, I was 21, 22. I had been living this way from 10 up to 21, 22. So whatever you start hearing in the music, man, you know what I'm saying? By the time I was 21, 22, and then even moving forward, I done already had a hell of a life. You know what I'm saying? So I was rapping what I'd been through, and I was able to rap about the chicks because I started having sex. I was a late bloomer, I guess. I mean, you shouldn't be having sex till you're married. Now is my belief. But back then, 16 years old, I guess, was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? So from the time I had sex at 16 years old, I was a sophomore. Brother, wild out. My first child, I was 18, my oldest son. I was 18. It's my senior year at Central High School. And by the time I was 22, I had 6 total. So that lets you know. You know what I'm saying?
Wildin'.
That's what, 4 years?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
6 kids in
like
4 years?
It's like every 9 months.
6 kids. 4 6 kids, 4 years. I got a couple of them the same age, and then until their birthday come, and then their ages change. But it's a couple of them the same age.
Right. Now one's 4 and the other one's 3.
So it was crazy, man. I lived a lot, so I can rap about flip it over and bunk rock and all of that
Sex
stuff.
outside and shit.
I can rap about that. It ain't me just making up something. Like I was out, your boy was out there wilding, man. You know what I'm saying? I can rap about colors and all of that stuff because, man, I was running around with blood, Deuce Gang Bloods, and then I had family members that was in it too and sold water and uncles, big time dope dealers, and it's a part of my life. That's why I said like 90% of that, man, of my music on all my albums, I lived it. You know what I'm saying? And what I didn't live and I was just being creative, that was just the talent part. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be creative and a storyteller. You know what I'm saying?
I want to give you your flowers about this real quick, man, because you're probably going to be like, what the fuck? But as you're saying all this shit, dude, and this is for the viewers and shit like that too, but like you guys are talking about, you know, you love Kendrick Lamar to death. There would be no Kendrick Lamar without this guy next to us. I'm serious. Wait till you hear this story. Wait till you hear this story.
Kendrick, my guy.
Yeah.
My guy.
So while they were on tour, most of his tours and shit like that, J-Rock, his original hype man, correct me if I'm wrong, was it EMJ?
Yep, MJ.
MJ?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the story is, and this is what was been disclosed or whatever, is that MJ. Well, I'm not even gonna say it. You speak on it, man, because you created Kendrick Lamar.
MJ was J-Rock's family, and he brought him out there. You know, he was rapping too or whatever, but he also drove trucks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They from Cali. And that was J-Rock's hype man, MJ. Cool dude, man. Cool cat. And we was, this was, I think, his second time going out on tour with us, going out with J-Rock. And we was in Reno, Nevada. And we had just got done doing a show. And what people didn't know is that MJ, you know what I'm saying, J-Rock, blood gang, but MJ, you know, he was the Crip gang, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But we had merchandise, strange merchandise is going to be black, white, or red. With a little bit of gold in there.
Right.
And so MJ, after the show was over, you know, we in the alleyway. We parked 2 tour buses in the alleyway pulling trailers, and we in the alleyway, man, and I'm outside, just happened to be on the phone talking to my wife on the side of the bus. And I see MJ coming down. I'm by the back of the first bus, in between the first bus and the second bus, and he's at the street, where the street is, because that's how long the bus was pulling that trailer. And he's walking down the thing, and there's some people behind him, and he's turning around like, I don't know if he's rapping or what. I'm on the phone with my wife. I can't hear him. You know, he's kind of a distance away. And he's doing like that, and he's turning back around. You know what I'm saying, talking to whoever. And he said, Kutt, what's up, boy? And I told my wife, hold on. I'm like, what's up? It's like they trying to jump me. So I start walking up there with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they ain't finna jump MJ. You know what I'm saying? It's just us here. MJ had on a red shirt. I don't know if it was J-Rock shirt or whatever, a strange music shirt, but it was red. Mm-hmm. come to find out, you know what I'm saying, I forget the name of they clique. I wouldn't put it out there no way. But whatever the name of they set was, they was Crips. So was MJ, but he had on red.
Right.
But, you know, you don't know these cats and how that go look like, nah, man, I'm with y'all. I just got this. You ain't got to explain yourself to nobody.
Right.
So anyway, I start walking towards him and he like, bet. He turned back around. Now we both walking down the alleyway towards these cats. And man, and I still got my wife on the phone. And by the time we get back by the end of the trailer, he's a little bit in front of me. You just hear pow, 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 pow. I turned around. I guess I jumped in between the bus and the trailer over the hitch or whatever, and boom, shot up the side, ran up to the first bus, opened the door, got in the door, and I'm waiting on him. I don't see nobody. Then he come running. He get on the bus. I'm like, you hit? He was, yeah. Where you hit? And he laid down on his stomach on the bus or whatever, and he had shots all in the back of his leg, you know what I'm saying? Some in his butt or whatever, and down his legs or whatever. And like, damn. And so then J-Rock came on there. He tripping out. He like, what happened, man? I'm like, man, some niggas tried to jump him. You know what I'm saying? We was about to fight these niggas. They got to shooting. Ambulance came. Okay, cool. MJ get taken away to the hospital. And then the police come. Of course, they want to question me and see what's going on. Told them everything that happened or whatever. And he had his flashlight and he just flashed it at me and he was like, you lucky. And I'm like, yeah, man. And he was like, no, you're lucky. And he flashed it at my shirt. And I had a white tee and I had a bullet hole that was right there through my shirt that missed me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
MJ got hit like, was it 11 times? 6, 7 times, something like that. Don't let me screw the number up. But it was multiple times. But it was all in his leg area. You know what I'm saying? And I had that hole in my shirt, and so they wanted the shirt for evidence or whatever. And I'm like, damn. And I was on the phone with my wife, like, that could have been it. Like, an inch over, done deal, hitting the chest. Right. Yeah. So we on the tour. You know what I'm saying? Now the tour continues going. We're going to the next city, whatever. Everybody's staying in touch with MJ or whatever, talking to him. He doing better, getting better. Like, man, I want to be back out there with y'all, man. I can't wait to get back out there. And, his woman, his baby, his child's mother's out there with him or whatever in the hospital. He's walking around. And then, it ain't been but like, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then we just hear 11 days later, you know what I'm saying? I think it's been a total of 11 days. We just get the call that he passed away. He was walking around and said his chest hurted, held his chest, and collapsed. A blood clot that went to his heart, and it killed him. That was the craziest stuff, from getting shot up in the legs or whatever, and he ended up dying. And I had a bullet a half an inch away from my chest. And so, yeah, that was crazy. Rest in peace to MJ. But, that's the story on that, man. Damn. It was just me and him. Wasn't nobody else around. Just me and him in that alley. And I was headed towards destruction my damn self because I was about to help my boy or whatever. Didn't know how it was going to turn out, man. So I just thank the Lord for that. But, the Lord don't make no mistakes, man. MJ, he in a better place regardless. You know what I'm saying? But, so that's crazy. That's the story with MJ and J-Rock as he was trying to proceed to. So then the next time we went out on tour, Kendrick was out there. Mm-hmm. So Kendrick was out there, you know what I'm saying? And that was J-Rock's hype man or whatever. And so I'll let you go.
No, for real. That's what it is, yeah. And then I think, like I said, you guys did a show out in Cali and Dre was there. Dr. Dre was there.
Yeah.
And that's when
the House of Blues. House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard. Yep, that's how Kendrick got heard and noticed. Yep. But, I wouldn't take any credit. I hope the other guys wouldn't take any credit. It's just the facts is that, when they was out on tour with us, that's how he got seen on the stage or whatever. And the rest is up to him, you know what I'm saying, with his music and this and that. But, yeah, he was J-Rock's hype man, but he was still dope back then, too. You know what I'm saying? But that's amazing that he was out on that tour, got heard, and the next thing we hearing, he's with Dre. What? You know what I'm saying? Because J-Rock was the guy on
Right.
TDE.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All my
On
life,
Top
That's
Dog.
what I was
and
listening
shit.
to,
Yeah.
yeah.
J-Rock was the guy. And so then for Kendrick to just boom like that, it was crazy. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So that was something. That was something.
Can really happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's crazy, man. The turn of events that could happen, and then it's like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, God don't make no mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He could have got
That's
got.
wild.
You know,
Yeah.
but full circle, he's sitting here on the couch with us, sitting there telling us a story.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
It's a crazy story. So, man, as we circle back into it, man, your new album out right now is called TDIAL.
Yep, it's an acronym, and of course it means the devil is a lie. So TDIAL.
Okay. All right.
I
So,
just always like using the word TDIAL.
See, I got it in parentheses, like, you know, the whole thing, like, ta-dow.
Right.
That's how it's
Like
pronounced.
Kazam or like Lambo. Right.
Shazam!
Right. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like,
It's a
poof,
personification
like,
word.
ta-da.
Yeah.
So once again, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ta-dow. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
like
say
it.
ta-dow, like, boy, hey, I got some of them like ta-dow.
Right. The pixie dust and the thing. Yeah. Abracadabra, bitch. You know?
Yeah. So ta-dow. That's how
okay.
TDIAL, ta-dow. But it's an acronym, the devil is a lie. You know what I'm saying? So that was my latest project, you know what I'm saying? And that was the one that was after Truth Be Told that came out in 2019 or whatever. And ta-dow was the most recent. It was a year and 3 weeks ago, a year and 2 weeks ago today. I don't know if it's actually today, but it came out September 27th of last year. You know what I'm saying? And so I really love it. It's just, it reflects where I'm at now, mentally, spiritually, and it still reflects the growth in the writing, the beat picking, you know what I'm saying? Now I ain't got no in-house producer that's making everybody's beats or whatever.
Right.
Like, I got to go out and search for my own stuff, and which is cool, you know what I'm saying? I get to just take my time and just do me. It ain't no rush. Every album I had, I wrote the whole thing within 23, 24 days. You know what I'm saying? On Strange, that's how we set the bar to where everybody had to hurry up and write it. Like, I think, I want to say I was the first. It ain't no big deal or nothing, but I think when I did feature presentation, it didn't start with Blevy. I think feature presentation, I finished that in 3 weeks. You know,
Damn.
recorded
That's
it all
working.
in 3 weeks or whatever. So it was like everybody who was coming in, you need your album done before a month.
That's like Don
is
Trip
up.
production. 13
Before a
13
month
years
is
type
up or
stuff.
whatever. So that's how we
crazy.
was rocking over there at Strange. Like, we was getting in there, getting it in.
Business.
At the studio from
Printing
2
t-shirts.
From 2 p.m. to 12 at night, 5 days a week. That's how we was doing it. We was getting it in, recording 2 songs a day sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, but yeah, the devil is a lie, man. Yep, I think it just reflects the growth spiritually, mentally, where I'm at, and
no comparisons is my
the
shit.
beat, yeah, no comparison.
I like that one a lot.
Undenied with Bishop singing on there. Bishop is the one that sung on Baby Mama Drama off
Yeah.
of Raw and Uncut, or is that Black Gold? Black Gold, Baby Mama Drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he also did on Raw and Uncut, If Your Girl Only Knew.
Talking about Bishop Dundada?
Bishop the Don, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him on that song on The Devil's Alive. We are the undenied. Couldn't
Okay.
tell even if we
Yeah,
tried.
I know it.
Hey, man, people
That's
don't
his
even know he
one,
was on
man.
Changes with Tupac.
Yeah, he was writing for R. Kelly and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he that guy. He that
He
guy
is
for
the
real.
guy.
Yeah, he that guy, man. And so, yeah, man, it just seems like
That's dope to have him
the
on
growth,
the record.
for that for this album or whatever, man. And like I said, I had plans, but it's like, man, they say you want to make the Lord laugh, tell him your plans. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I had plans that
I
when
like
I
that.
did this album, I'm like, I want to do a video for every track. You know what I'm saying? Because I had visions for it and all of that stuff, man, and it didn't pan out that way. And I'm like, okay, Lord, that ain't what you got for me right now. But it's like, whenever that time comes, I can still, if I started making videos tomorrow for it and it's been out a year, it's not gonna make a difference. It's still gonna do what it do because only the audio's been out there and the visual hasn't been seen.
Right.
And so it'd be like the first time again.
And then you have a visual.
When you got a
visual
visual
album,
you
yeah,
look
it's
at it
completely different.
Yeah. So I don't trip on that stuff no more, man. Like I told my son, I don't even be tripping like that. I just when the Lord put it on me to where I get that
niche.
That niche, I do it. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't, I fall back. I done fell back from Facebook, fell back from Instagram, fell back from TikTok. Like, this ain't important. You know, every now and then I'll do this and get out there, but stuff that used to mean stuff to me don't mean nothing to me no more now. Of course, I love music, you know what I'm saying? But I don't hold music priority no more like I used to. You know what I'm saying? And so
makes sense.
I focus more on bettering myself as a husband so that I can be everything that my wife needs and do what the Lord has required me as a husband with my wife. And then all of these other things are going to start coming to fruition. So I'm in my focus mode right now. It's like it's been a journey, dog. It's been a journey with me. All the stuff that I did, what I told you about, and the girls and this and that, and just, I was just a shell of a man. And now, you know what I'm saying, I've been becoming the man that I was supposed to be, or that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, made me to be. And that's what I've been doing, growing and adding on, stuff getting cut away, certain people getting taken out my life, you know what I'm saying?
Peeling that onion, yeah.
The onion's being peeled. I'm talking about blooming.
He's
I'm talking about Outback, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's been being peeled, man, to where, you know, to where it's like, where I'm at now versus where I was at just a couple years ago and where I was at even just 10 years ago is a 1,000% better human being. You know, because I'm still me, but my mental state, my spiritual state, my faith and all that, what's important, what's not important, what was totally just jacked up, like, oh, shit. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that has all changed. You know what I'm saying? It's all changed. And so.
Well, they say health is wealth, but I really think with your story right now, man, growth is power.
Yeah, both.
And so resiliency.
I would say both, man. And so I just, I move, I pray. And you know what I'm saying? Like every song, every album that I've been doing since I left Strange, before I write anything, I pray before every song. You know what I'm saying? I just give it up and be like, write through me, you know what I'm saying? Think through my mind, speak through my vocal cords, guide my hand on this paper as I'm writing, and whatever comes out, it's going to come out. And the Lord let me know that he'll deal with me accordingly. You might hear some songs where there ain't no cussing in there at all, and then you're going to hear some songs where it get kind of rugged, and I'm using some cuss words and this and that, and I can't box myself in just because I'm living for the Lord now. I don't call myself Christian, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with the religion, you know what I'm saying? Religious people killed Jesus to me. Religious people kill Jesus. I'm not a Christian, but I don't knock nobody because it's like it got to start somewhere. I'm not a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a believer of God and his son, Jesus Christ, and I'm a follower of Christ. And so, being a follower of Christ, I don't put myself in a box as I'm a gospel artist now, a gospel rapper. You know, a gospel rapper, the people who's going to buy his stuff is the church people. But the people, Jesus said, it's the sick who need a doctor, who need healing. So, if the church people are already healthy, they don't need.
They're being healed every week.
Right. It's the people out there on the streets who's going through turmoil, who's going through this, who's going through that, who's been molested, who's had the ups and downs and all this type of stuff and want to change, feel hopeless. They need to hear somebody like me that have been there and done that. But I'm not coming at them sounding like a gospel artist, making them feel like they can't relate to me because now everything is all perfect because I changed my life. No, I still drink beer. I still have a cocktail with me and my wife. I pray every morning. Before I do anything, I don't touch my phone. I thank the Lord for waking me up. And I ask him to just order my steps in his word. And I submit my will to him. And I just go from there. And so, but My music is for those that's out there still in the world who the Lord needs to get drawn near him. And that's what my music is going to be. And that's going to be gangsters. That's going to be strippers. That's going to be people that murdered some people. It's going to be those type of people, how Jesus hung around with the sinners. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm following Christ and I'm making this music. And if a church-going Christian listened to it, they would say, "Oh my God, that is the devil."
Blasphemy.
That's so worldly. That's secular. But that
true.
person over there that needs some help and they're struggling with their faith and feeling like the church is frauds and the pastors is frauds and they all lies, that don't got no faith in the church no more, here's somebody like me who's the Lord is using, will give them newfound hope and faith, man, knowing that you can change your life and give your life over to the Lord and live your life for Christ, and you are forgiven for the things that you have done. And you know what I'm saying? We got a forgiving and a loving God, but all you got to do is accept Jesus Christ in your life, man, and he'll start walking it out with you, and you don't got to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm walking, living, talking proof. You know what I'm saying?
He's on his own now.
He's on his own. I'm on my own, but I'm being carried.
Walking
You
with
know
you,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
All right.
So we spoke on TDIAL.
Yeah.
What we got coming up next?
That's the beautiful mystery, man. The unknown is the best thing, because I couldn't sit here and say what I got planned. All I can say is whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be a wonderful thing. I
I'm
can't
with
sit
it.
here and say I got nothing in the making. But I didn't have nothing in the making when Truth Be Told came out. I didn't have nothing in the making when The Devil Is a Lie came out. It just kind of came and it was like, boom. So it's going to continue to be like that, because I'm just a vessel and I do what's put in me to do. And when that happens, it just happens. But then you'll hear about it.
Say less. I like that.
that's
I
dope.
like that.
For sure, man. But I want to appreciate both of you guys, you know what I'm saying, for having me over here.
I appreciate
You know what I'm
you,
saying?
man.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate everybody that's watching. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy it. Hope it did something to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hope it cleared up some questions, some thoughts, some confusion or whatever. But just most of all, I hope it made you smile. Boy, Kutt Calhoun, baby.
Now, hold on. We got 2 questions for you real quick, as we wrapping this up real quick. So we ask this on every single episode and whatnot, but I want to know your Mount Rushmore of your albums.
The Mount Rushmore of my albums?
That's 4.
So 4 of them. Okay. In any order, or how y'all look at Mount Rushmore? Like the first one is the top.
Nope.
Just
It's
4
yours.
albums.
It's
Just 4
yours.
albums.
You know what I'm saying? It couldn't even be. I could tell you my Mount Rushmores of yours, but that's mine. What's
Okay,
yours?
so the Mount Rushmore of my own albums?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And it's always subject to change, obviously, but
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm stepping outside myself, looking at myself, saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I like all of them equally, man. But let me just say something. I like all of them equally. So let's just say, feature presentation, raw and uncut. The Devil Is a Lie.
damn. Okay, that's a third one. Okay.
Now.
Shazam. And then
It's not really
Black Gold.
Black Gold?
Because Black Gold is the reason that Black Gold got started too.
All right.
I like that album.
That's perfect. That's a good run. Hey, that's a good mount. All right, man. So this is a caveat, but who do you want to be on the podcast next?
Who do I want to be on you guys' podcast next?
Who do you think would be a good guest?
You already had Stevie Stone on here. Go get Stevie.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying to get Stevie.
Get Stevie.
All right, you gonna throw the alley-oop?
I'll throw the alley hoop.
Okay.
I'll throw it to him. Like, man, you got to go on there. I just did mine. I was over there for an hour and 30 minutes. Then the power went out. The stuff got missed.
Yeah, hour and 30 minutes. Hey, hold on. This ain't a show now. Come on now.
Yeah, Stevie Stone. Stevie
Say
Stone.
less, man. All right, man. Hey, well, as we kind of did your outro a little bit, but like tell the followers real quick where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on _Kutt Calhoun. That's Instagram or whatever. And then the real Cuddy Cal on TikTok or whatever. And of course, Facebook. You got the Black Gold Entertainment, you know what I'm saying, for Facebook fan page. And then, yeah, those are it. And then YouTube is Black Gold Entertainment. Kutt Calhoun is my YouTube.
Links all be in the bio soon.
Links all be in the bio. You know what I'm saying?
There I go, man. Well, hey, that's another episode of What They Want podcast.
Yeah.
I'm your boy Snow.
Danny Slab.
One and only Kutt Calhoun, man. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.